Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Metalworks 118. We are here at Iowa Speedway. I'm here a little bit late. Should have joined up just a tad bit earlier. We've just gone through qualifying, and let's do a run through our grid order. So it is Iowa Speedway, a 0.85 mile track, where our drivers are going to be going through an intense battle as there's only 6 cars on track. What a race I think we're going to be in for. It's going to be a moving and shaking kind of race, and I think a lot of these guys are not ready for it. In any case, we're going to be off to a fantastic start here tonight, here at Iowa. All right, going through our grid. On the inside in the front row, that's going to be Will Cloud in the number 48 with a 23.56. On his outside, it's going to be the number 20 of Brady Floyd in the outside lane. Hey, thank you for the subscription there, Will. I appreciate it. In the second row on the inside lane, it's going to be number 97 of Marshall Harris. On his outside is going to be the number 99 of Jacob Mcmillan. Then in 5th place, rounding out the rear of the field, there it is. That's number 53 of Dave W. Thomas. You can see this is a small field tonight. Iowa is not an extremely common track, even though it's a fantastic racing circuit. And these guys are going to be out and rolling. All right. So as our as our guys go through another pace lap here, I'm just going to make sure all of our stuff gets refreshed and all of the paints load up correctly. Like I said, I joined up just a little bit late, so got to make sure everyone's all prepared and ready to go. Still, it's sad that we have to have a bit of a small field, but it's kind of stuff that happens when you have a paid track series. Still, that does mean that this is going to be a driver's race. With Will on pole, I wonder what that is going to mean for a lot of our drivers like Brady Floyd or Jacob Mcmillan, who are usually trying to run towards the top of the field. I think it's going to prove mighty interesting. I wasn't supposed to have the webcam today, but got it anyway. So here we are, and pace car is now off, and here we are about to go green. There it is, green flag, and away we go here at Iowa. Brady Floyd off to a pretty good start. That's Will Cloud on the inside, sleeping just a tad. Jacob not to a good start at all. It looks like that outside lane is going to be mighty slow on start. You can see Brady moving down. That's Will now going to be pulling away, trying to make this race interesting for himself. Marshall Harris running in third in that 97 Toyota Camry of his. All right, there it is. That's going to be our first lap of 118. That's 100 miles here at Iowa. Should be a bit more specific. That's 100.3 here in the Frankenstein Metalworks Cup Series, brought to you by Frankenstein Metalworks Custom Home Decor. I will say, with a smaller field, that does give us a bit more time to focus on each driver a bit more specifically. Something we're not usually able to do. That's Marshall. Spinning now. Goodness. I guess it was not the greatest of time for him to be on camera. All right, that's Brady Floyd with the fastest lap of the race now. We'll see if that time increases at all as we continue to race through. That's Dave W. Thomas in that number 53 Camaro with ERA Sim Sports. He is now running a new paint. Oh, look at those chrome numbers. Man, that paint always looks fantastic coming out of Dave. Jump back up towards the front. You can see that's Brady Floyd going on the inside of Will Cloud there. Brady Floyd with 2K Racing is now passing the ERA Sim Sports driver of Will Cloud. That's Brady, the number 20 machine, to the lead. Now, Will, who had such a good start, now has to try to see if he can fight back and get that win away from Brady. ERA needs a win to see if they can remain competitive in this championship. You see, that's going to be the interesting thing for this championship is just about everyone here, minus Will and Dave, who are on the same team, are all different teams. Brady Floyd, 2K Racing. Will Cloud is ERA. Jacob Mcmillan, that's Atkinson Designs. And Marshall Harris is the Shadow Racing representative. Honestly, I think that is going to make our race just a bit more interesting as we continue to run through here at Iowa. We are here in the Sunrise area. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate the support. It is sunrise here at Iowa, and I think that provides a fascinating track look. I know that during practice, when these guys were first starting out, the lights had to be on, but now, as we continue to run through the morning, the lights will be out. It looks like Jacob Mcmillan is now going to be picking up speed and getting past Will. That's Will. A bit slower. I wonder if even Marshall's going to be able to get through. That's unfortunate for him, as now that means he's going to have to try really hard to fight back. You can see your top 10 there. I shouldn't say top 10, top 5, as sadly Kevin Carter was not able to make the field. Hi there, Hunter. My pick for this race, honestly, that's a tough one. Even with just 5 drivers, you really have to consider each of their strengths. Will was on pole with his time, a decent amount too. But Brady Floyd currently is running away with this thing. But I don't know if that's going to last forever. But seeing his previous successes, I might have to say Brady is my pick for tonight's race. So if you have a driver you want to support or a driver you have a pick for, make sure you call it out in the comments. It'd be great to see what you all think. A little bit closer of a look here, we can see that number 99 of Jacob Mcmillan. You don't usually see him too much. He's usually wearing a bit of a different paint scheme as well. I believe he usually goes under the alias Forza Man Photography. Hi, Jesse. How's it going? Scream Awooga as much as you want. Uh-oh. That's going to be a pop out of Jacob there with connection. We'll have to make sure we keep an eye on that one. It's a different paint that we see out of Jake, and it looks pretty nice. Hunter, this is your pick as well. Interesting choice. I know that Jacob is quite competitive, and I know that right now he's going to be trying to hunt down Brady to the best of his ability, and hopefully his ability to save tires will be coming in to help him. See Will Cloud there in his Cheez-It machine, still running that classic paint that he's got for a little while. He decided to run with this one instead of the throwback paint he got as well. Cheez-It for the win, though. That's the real message I think we all should go for. Go back to Marshall Harris here with his LA Kings 392, I believe, is the numbers going along with that. Make sure you check out his Twitch as well. He's a pretty cool guy. And there's Dave W. Thomas now coming on the inside. Is that going to be a pass? Not quite. Looks like... Oh, there it is. Going on the inside. Marshall is just able to keep that a little bit more speed going on the outside. But I don't know if that's going to last. We'll zoom out just a little bit. And it looks like Marshall is going to remain ahead for the moment. We'll see how that continues out, though, because it looks like Dave is getting a big run when on that inside lane, which is allowing him to catch up. You can see that right there. We see going into each of the corners. It just looks like through the tri-oval part. This is a tri-oval track here at Iowa. I almost said Richmond. It's not Richmond. Which makes it interesting. Actually, this track, the reason why I said it was so close to Richmond, is because it was designed after Richmond. It may be a bit bigger of a track. This is 0.85, while Richmond is 0.75. The inspiration came from there, which is what is probably allowing me to start making those connections. Looks like Dave's going to be filing behind Marshall now, trying to see if he can get just enough of a push through. You got to be careful of your tires, though, because with so few cars, it really does change it a lot. That's Dave there. Threw a pass on Shadow Racing. There he is. He's going through. I will say, Dave, every single time, I'm not sure if it's a paint scheme every different race, but man, always with such good paint schemes on that machine. Running the old Homebrew Cup Series logo. The old trailer I make, which I probably should take down at this point, as it was not quite accurate, as we got this Cup Series first, sponsored by Frankenstein Metalworks Custom Home for our gracious sponsor. Make sure you check them out at facebook.com/Frankenstein Metalworks to get your custom home decor needs today. There's some fantastic products there, and I really do implore you to check it out. But that is going to be our plug there from Frankenstein Metalworks, and that is Dave in the number 53 who rides that sponsor. In any case, it looks like he's going to be throwing up a good gap between him and Marshall Harris. And now we're going to jump a little bit more towards the front so we can get back to Jacob Mcmillan and see how he is currently chasing down Brady Floyd. You can see that number 99 machine there. It looks like we had a bit too much of a zoom in. But looks like he's running quite well. I just looked at my Discord messages, and apparently I was told I ended my stream, but I'm still here, so I don't think that's quite true. Any case, let's take a look at Brady Floyd up there in that number 20 Mustang of his with 2K Racing. He's currently the only 2K representative, and I think he's doing it proud for the moment. Currently leading by a whopping 3.2 second gap. Yeah, I think Hunter, as much as I know that Jacob is very competitive, and we have seen that in the past, I don't know if it's going to be enough here, as I'm pretty sure Brady is doing some tire saving as well. You know what? To make it interesting, something I don't usually do because it's in race and it's a bit rude to move people around while they're trying to race. Let's get an interview for the moment to try to make something a little bit more interesting. Let's move Brady Floyd up with us. Sorry to interrupt your conversation there, Brady. It's no up in the booth. Can you read me?
Yes.
All right. So how is your race going for the moment? You currently got a almost 3.5 second lead.
Well, I definitely didn't expect it to go like this. I thought I was going to have more of a challenge, especially from Jacob on these long runs, but I think he's burnt up his tires. I've just kind of been saving ever since I got past Will. We were actually just making a joke down there that you didn't have anything to talk about, so how's it going for you?
Well, it is a bit challenging to try to talk about things when it's only 5 cars in the field, but unfortunately that is the nature of the beast when you have a decently paid track schedule.
That's true. Points is definitely something to think about after only 5 cars showing up for today, especially for those guys that are close there down towards the mid-pack. But
that is true. Currently, I believe you are our points leader. So if you can get another win, that is going to extend your lead. But ERA Simsports was catching up in team points to 2K, and there's 2 drivers, and there's only 1 of you.
Yep.
So
we did know that.
So how do you think you're going to handle that?
I'm gonna do the best I can, and we're gonna hope to get more attendance towards the end of the season, especially at all 3 of the free tracks, rounding out the schedule. And we're just gonna perform our best, try to hang on to the lead we built early.
Makes a lot of sense to me. So how do you think USA is going to go? I know that this race is a bit more bland, but I'm imagining there's going to be decent attendance there.
USA, you'll definitely see more cars, more close racing, and probably quite a few more cautions. I think a lot of people know USA pretty well. So say if we have a field of 15, you're going to find people that are evenly matched. Like, people have to be evenly matched throughout the field, at least 1 or 2. And at a track where the bottom's open to dive bomb, given the nature of how you have to be fast around it, I think you'll see a lot of people diving in, and a lot of people either not realizing or not wanting to give that space, and you'll see cars spinning. So
makes a lot of sense. I know that there was some concern with the setup, but I think we are going to be okay there.
I mean, yeah, you just slap the Martinsville set on it. It's not much different of a track.
All right, well, that is going to be the time we have for the moment. We'll see if I bring you up at some other point. Thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it. I imagine you're probably going to get a top 3, so you'll be able to say it again. But just in case on that extremely low chance, is there anyone you want to thank out in the audience tonight?
I'd like to thank all of 2K Racing for showing up tonight. I'd love to thank the sponsors, everybody for coming on board on this series. Thank you, Frankenstein Metalworks, title sponsor. And yeah, we're here for it. Thank you for broadcasting it.
All right, thank you very much for your time, Brady. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, that was Brady Floyd, the number 20 Mustang with 2K Racing. Always good to bring him up. I honestly, I think it's going to be pretty good to see him. Hi there, Jesse. It's good to see you. I know you were having some opinions there, but honestly, it's okay. Hunter, that is a great question for Jesse there, is who is ready for USA? I hate to say it, that like I can't talk about much, with it being Iowa. Iowa is such a good track. There's always so many good things going on, but it just ends up being a little bit bland when you don't have a lot of people showing up. We'll hop back a little bit to see if there's a bit of a battle forming between Mcmillan and Thomas here, because it looks like Will was able to get by earlier. That's a move. Jesse's confident he's be getting a top 3. Glenda's going to pull it out. All right. If that's how it's going to go, it's how it's going to go. That's a spin out of Mcmillan, though. As the caution comes out, Looks like he just lost grip of those tires and got a spin. I'm sure he could probably use that. But that is going to be an entire grid reshuffle as we're now going to go into lap number 32 as soon as they finish along this lap. That's going to happen. All right, we'll take another look at that once more. Give me 1 second so I can make sure that he gets the penalty. All right, we come back in here. We're following on with the number 99 of Jacob Mcmillan here. And let's take a look at what happens to this corner. He's running through. Just loses the rear end. Sadly, that does bring out the yellow. I guess unfortunately for a lot of these guys who need to get a little bit closer to be a bit more competitive. And that is going to put him to the end of the line, which I think will be making things interesting here at this track, as we are going to have a bit more of competitive racing now, especially as our drivers go through their cycles of pit stops. Brady Floyd right now in the pits. There's Will Cloud in the pits as well. They're getting their tires changed. Everyone came into the pits this time. It is a question of who's going to be first off of pit road. Brady Floyd looking like he's going to be the contender. Yep, that is him through. Oh no, Will sped in the pits. Our newest subscriber. Unfortunate. That sucks. That is going to put Will to the end of the line. Man, unfortunate. That sucks. That's the kind of stuff that happens, though. You have to be wary of it. And that is just the nature of the beast. That puts Dave W. Thomas, though, up into second position here at Iowa. I know he was getting some practice in earlier throughout the week, so I'm sure he is happy to be up in a competitive spot and is probably going to be giving Brady Floyd, now that they're all on fresh tires, a run for his money. Well, this gives us a little bit more time to talk about our title sponsor, Frankenstein Metalworks. Make sure you check them out at facebook.com/Frankenstein Metalworks, because Frankenstein Metalworks Custom Home Decor is your best place to get your custom home items to make your house look phenomenal. Honestly, I would really check it out because there are some amazing products available. Anything that's all custom made, and man, it's always just good. So do make sure you check that out. We do appreciate him as our title sponsor. And I think when we're going to go back to green, he's going to provide us with some interesting racing. I see a lot of you guys, having your support for the drivers that you want. I understand that. I know, Hunter, you said you wanted Marshall to win here, and Marshall's going to be starting on that inside lane in the second row. He's going to be competitive against Brady there. Especially with the pace car lights off, I think it's going to provide for some fascinating starts we got here. You can see there, the two cars have to be at the end of the line in single file. That puts Dave W. Thomas all by his lonesome out on the outside. That is that is going to be a wee bit unfortunate for him, as he's not going to have any support. However, it will be his only lane. So that inside lane, if it checks up, like if Brady has to slow down a bit too much in turn one, that's going to be Dave just soaring right on through. Honestly, we have a decent balance of manufacturers here as well. 2 Mustangs, 2 Camaros, and a Camry. That is probably the most balance you can get, unless we can have another Camry. Thornton, sadly, was not able to make it tonight. Does not have the track either, so. However, that makes it a bit more interesting for these guys. All right, that's going to be the pace car off, and we're going to go back to green in just a moment. There it is, green flag, and away we go here at Iowa once more. Bit of a sleeping start, and we are here at Iowa. That's Brady Floyd off to a move, and it looks like Dave is going to be holding up that little bit. Oh, he moves down to block Marshall. All right, that's Will Cloud now by Jacob Mcmillan. Oh, not quite by yet. He gets slammed the door on. That's Marshall Harris running wide. Oh, man, you can see the fight back here. These guys are brewing. Okay, that is going to be Will Cloud now pushing on the number 99. They're now going below the 97. Are they about to run 3 wide? Not quite. Man, they almost pushed a 3 wide there. That's going to be Will Cloud now. Past the 97 of Marshall Harris. He just got shuffled straight to the rear. That's the 99 of Jacob McMillan on the outside, though. They're going to have to be careful of those tires. They do not want to eat them up too much. We don't know when the next caution is going to be. All right, they're going to be right in that bottom lane. That's a pop out of the 99. Man, this is going to turn out to be some racing. That's a 53, though, on the inside of the number 20. Is that going to be Dave W. Thomas to the lead? It is! Dave W. Thomas to the lead, forcing Brady out wide. Uh-oh, looks like he was not quite able to hold it through the backstretch, so they're entering turn 3 and 4. That's Dave W. Thomas to the lead. Is he going to get the lap led, though? That is the real question. And it looks like he will. Brady Floyd will not lead every lap of this race. And that's the number 99 now. Jacob McMillan up into second place, slamming the door on that number 20. Now, with Brady, it looks like he's having a bit of issues. Is that going to be Will Cloud by as well? All right, we follow now. Going into the backstretch, it looks like Dave is going to be trying to extend his lead as much as possible. Brady is trying to run that high line whenever he gets into the tri-oval. All right, you can see the 48 there. It looks like Will is not quite able to get by Brady. You know, that's the thing. Like I was saying before, this gets competitive whenever they're close. Looks like Jacob McMillan is currently going to be trying to be blocking Brady at the same time as trying to get by Dave. Dave throws a block to the high side, not guarding that down low. And that looks like that's McMillan on the inside. Looks like Brady is going to be running high with that 53 until he dives down now. And that is going to be the number 99 now, going to be pushing on the inside of that 53 machine. Oh, a little bit loose there we saw out of Brady Floyd, but it looks like he's able to keep it. Uh-oh. Another pop out of Jacob McMillan. Unfortunate. Uh-oh. It looks like he had some other slow issues, and that's going to be David Thomas back to the lead. David Thomas, not David. My apologies. And that's going to be Brady Floyd now back into second place. All right, looks like the 53 is running a bit wide now. His tires might be suffering just a tad. We see that 53 continue to run through the 20 now. Is looking mighty competitive. That's a 20 on the inside. They almost had contact. And that is going to be Brady Floyd trying to contend back for that lead. All right, they run down the backstretch there. That's Brady definitely in the lead there. But it looks like David's able to get a bit better of a corner entry, even going into the turn. They are competitive, even so close, just in that spot there. Uh-oh, Will's about to join into the fray as they're now going down through the trial. Will has a choice here. Is he going to pick the high or the low line? It looks like Will is going to stick low for now and try to see if he can make up any positions. Brady Floyd now is going to be extending that lead. Bit of contact there between the 53 and the 99. That's going to put Dave slowing down just a tad. That's Will Cloud now up into third, trying to be a bit more competitive. The two ERA drivers, we're going to see if they're going to be working together to make something happen. Although that is going to be credit to Dave W. Thomas there. That is going to be some of his first laps led here in the Frankenstein Metalworks Cup Series under green. All right, Brady Floyd continues to run away with this thing for the moment. You can see him extending his gap on Jacob McMillan. Will Cloud now, we've seen him be very fast before, but now, is he going to be able to save his tires, or is he going to have to really try to burn him up to try to get up to McMillan? That is the question we all have to focus on now, is what is the strategy call? We're going to see. Everyone came in for tires, so everyone is running on the same tire wear. Well, at least they were until we saw certain people burn them up a bit more than others. Looks like Marshall Harris is going to be struggling a bit more for some pace. Over a second now behind Dave W. Thomas behind. About a 0.8 second gap from Will to McMillan there, and about just under half from Thomas to Will. What a race this is already turning out to be. Currently turning out to be. You know, we've seen a lot of competitive racing, especially on those restarts. Everyone's so close together. It really does prove that a lot of these guys, even on a lower field amount, can really make something competitive. Take a look at some information on Will Cloud there. Started on pole, running in third. Decent I rating as well, almost hitting 2K. Let's take a look at that fastest lap he has as well. His best lap is a 23.9. It's pretty quick. especially here at Iowa, where it is a bit tricky to make sure you get some consistent laps in. Well, now as the field stretches back out here at Iowa, you continue to race through. We now enter lap number 50, I believe. Yep, there it is. Lap number 50 of 118 with the Metalworks 118. Brady Floyd continues to be your leader here at the track as he continues to take off. Well, honestly, I'd say a lot of these guys are pretty competitive. And we'll see on the next restart if another one happens, who's really going to be the one trying to make something happen. Well, to make things a little bit more interesting on my end, this is going to be the moment where I tell you to crank up your volume and you get to listen to some of these cars roll through these corners. And I'm going to shut up for a little bit. You crank your volume, starts turn it down just a little bit. Don't want to scream into anybody's ears or anything. So we're here still in the Frankenstein Metalworks Cup Series at Iowa, entering lap number 56 of 118, following with currently number 53 of Dave W. Thomas. Let's follow along now from the outside. Now, something I haven't done before yet, just due to unfortunate circumstance and poor timing, and this has never worked out in his favor yet. Because we have so few drivers, how about we bring up Dave with us? I don't think he's ever been heard on stream before, so let's bring him up and see how his race is going right now. Uh-oh. Put him in the wrong voice chat. No. Why did I do that? Davis, open the booth. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
How has your race been going so far?
On.
I'd say it's been going pretty well for you as well. I mean, currently running in fourth, that's pretty good. I know it's been, a little bit tough. There's not a lot of drivers here in the field. But, I mean, you've even led a couple of laps. How does that feel?
I just wanted to show these young guys I could do it.
I mean, was that really a concern? I think we all knew you were pretty fast.
Well, I don't normally stick up to the front. I kind of lay in the back a little bit, so it was fun.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you were able to get some blood laps in. I think Brady might be a little bit upset about not leading every single lap of this race.
He's bad fast, I'm telling you.
Absolutely is. I think that's almost up to a 5-second gap between him and second place.
Yeah, he's quick in just about every race.
Absolutely is. Well, how does it feel to finally be up in an interview booth? We haven't seen you up here before.
It feels pretty good. Kind of surprised.
Well, I gotta have something to talk about, when you don't usually get the greatest participation in, some of these pay track, races. We had to we already swapped one track, to Nashville to the Roval, so we had to stick to our guns at some point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it's good anyway.
It is. Iowa's just a fantastic track. Based off Richmond, it really can provide some great racing. That was some really close battles everyone had when you were all bunched up on that restart.
Yeah, that was fun. I thought it would be a little fun for the stream.
Oh, it was. I had to do so much calling out just in that small time.
Got to keep you busy.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being up here with us. Is there anyone out in the audience you want to thank tonight?
Oh, I just want to thank the admins of the league and for putting all this on. It's been a blast.
All right. Thank you very much. I know that everyone else here does appreciate it as well. So thank you. All right. That was Dave W. Thomas, the title sponsor, Frankenstein Metalworks, and the driver of the number 53 machine. It's good to see him up here with us. We haven't seen him before, and I'm glad he was able to join us. All right, as we continue to race through here at Iowa with the Metalworks 118, Brady Floyd continues to be your leader for the moment. 2K Racing looking to get the best points out of this. Atkinson Designs following behind in second place. Atkinson Designs, though, will not be getting the highest amount of points, even with a second place finish, as ERA Sim Sports will be taking away that role. ERA Sim Sports with 2 drivers in the field. That's going to be Will and Dave running 3rd and 4th respectively. They're going to allow that team to really make some gains. Brady Floyd, though, with a win, will be helping out that amount a lot. That is going to allow for a tight championship battle coming into the last couple of races here with the Frankenstein Metalworks Cup Series presented by here at twitch.tv/4cloak and Homebrew Racing. Well, I haven't been able to say it too much, so make sure you check out the Homebrew merch that's available on my Redbubble shop. You can check that out in my Twitch description. Also, make sure you check out Frankenstein Metalworks. I believe that link is also available in the description below. Now, as we're currently in a spot where I can kind of just turn the webcam on, and it would kind of still make sense, I get to show off a little bit of merch now. So I have right here, so I've already did this one. I have a Homebrew Racing mug. I know that the joke is I take a sip out of it like I did on stream just to plug it. But honestly, good quality mug. I did a short review of it on the Homebrew Racing YouTube channel. You can check that out by searching Homebrew Racing League on YouTube, and you can see a review of it. You can also see there the trailer for the Frankenstein Metalworks Cup Series. Cannot claim that I own the song. That is, the song that I used was Radio Gaga by Queen to promote the series, but I'd say that it sounded pretty good and made for a good trailer. Jacob Mcmillan currently running in second place with that number 99 Mustang. He's that's a 5-second gap, but he also has a 4-second gap on Will Cloud. So, everyone in this field is extremely spaced out, and you can say, well, I don't know, but Will Cloud has a gap of 5 seconds on Dave W. Thomas, and Dave has a 3-second gap on Marshall. All these guys are extremely spaced out. Yes, Jesse, I agree, sip. Now, one of the things that I do have in the channel points that is available is focus on last place. I think it's 1,000 channel points, which can be achieved by not too long of watching. So that's something you can have as well. But that is going to be a race so far. We've currently only had a singular caution. Here, I'm going to move my webcam down here out of the way so you can see that little stat there. We only have had one caution. Yeah, that's it's been a race so far. Each time we've had a restart and a start, it's been super competitive, and otherwise it's kind of been spread out. That's kind of what happens when you have not a lot of people racing and everyone trying to vie for championship points. The goal of these guys is not necessarily to, be really competitive with each other. Their goal is to get as many points as possible. They want to get those drivers, and they want to get those championship points. Brady Floyd is currently looking to try to take away the most in terms of drivers, but it will not be everything. So that is something he does have to consider. So that's what's going on in the the Frankenstein Metalworks Cup Series world for the moment, as we continue to run through with the Metalworks 118. you know, a bit over halfway. And not too much longer left in this race left to go at this .85 mile track in the early morning at Iowa. Hopefully Jacob Mcmillan is able to hold onto his car a bit more, as it looks like he's getting a little bit loose. If Jacob spins once again, he will be receiving a disqualification. With this race, not just this race, with this series, if you cause two EOLs, not two EOLs, two cautions, you get a disqualification. It's strict rules, and it prevents people from, you know, trying to cause intentional cautions and really wrecking each other. It's just important. Yes, the official NASCAR race is also on tonight. I believe they're at Phoenix. Hunter just says that Dylan Bowman. Oh, man, I like Bowman. That's unfortunate. But that's racing. You know, Richard Childress doing a Richard Childress racing thing, but what can you expect? Smooth out a little bit over there. Yeah. Still here at Iowa, and a lot of these guys are a bit more spread out. Let's take a little bit closer look at these paint schemes. We did that a little bit earlier. You can see that 99 once again, that Mustang looking really good. Part of the Atkinson Designs crew. There's Will Clouds. I'll have to take the credit designing that one, sorry. But that is true. I did design it, and I'd say it looks okay. Ignore the fact that the 48 is facing the wrong direction on the top. Still, I'd say that Will has a pretty good paint scheme with that cheese paint. Head over to Dave W. Thomas with his sick paint. Always looking phenomenal in his. At number 50. I love those chrome numbers. I need to figure out how he did that, because, man, looks so good. Maybe a head down to currently in 5th position. That's Marshall Harris in that 97 machine. He had one of his friends design it for him with his LA Kings 392. That's his Twitch, and I believe he is actually streaming right now. So you can make sure you check him out as well. And then Brady Floyd is about to lap Marshall at this point. Marshall better be a little bit worried for the moment with his Everton Money Lion paint. Not Money Lion, Megaphone race. Jesus. Megaphone? I don't know. Although Brady does make his own paints, I was told. So I'd say for doing his own paints, it's looking pretty good. Uh-oh. Bit of a slide there out of the number 20. He's able to hold on to it. That is mighty close. If Brady had caused that caution, that would be an EOL for him. And coming into the last couple laps, we know Brady's fast, but that is a mighty big concern I don't think he wants to face.
Kidding.
All right, that's going to be Brady Floyd coming into the pits. Oh, I forgot to turn off my voice chat again. It's been a while since I've done that. Still, that's Brady Floyd into the pits there. A bit quick, but it looks like he was able to pit in well. I wonder if that's a bit of an undercut, you know, if anyone else is going to be coming in now. That's Jacob Mcmillan on the outside, though. And he is going to be taking away that lead and is going to be your driver to watch. If McMillan has saved his tires like Hunter was talking about earlier, this really might be Jacob's time to win. If so, I'm pretty sure he's going to be mighty happy. Although, that is going to be the number 99 of Jacob Mcmillan coming into the pits. He's getting mighty close to that wall. Just barely missed. Clip that yellow cone. Yikes. All right, that's going to be Will Cloud coming in as well. A bit more of a safe entrance, so he does not have to worry about that. That is going to put Dave W. Thomas now into the lead once again. This time due to pit strategy. However, that is going to be important as he's going to have some more speed. Yes, Jesse, you taught him well with those dangerous pit entries. We've seen so many out of you that are just a little bit, you know, just a little bit dangerous. Although Marshall Harris now, unless Dave is not planning on coming in, he did not pit in this lap. That might be a different tire strategy out of Dave. Is Dave W. Thomas trying to win this race on a tire strategy where he saved his tires longer? You know, he said that he liked to stay in the back and, like, you know, try to hang on to it. This might be his time where Brady Floyd does not have enough of a, you know, gap to win this race. I don't know, though. You know, we still got a decent amount of laps left. And Brady Floyd has an 18-second gap. Also, does Dave have enough fuel? All questions we have to ask. You can see just how much faster those tires are. That is going to be Jacob Mcmillan now. Bye. Just got himself unlapped there. That is going to be useful. It looks like the number 53 is slowing down. That is going to be Dave W. Thomas coming into the pits. Well, Brady Floyd sets the fastest lap of the race with a 23.6. Just about a 23.7. Wow. What pace. There's Will Cloud right there getting himself unlapped. That is going to put Marshall Harris into the lead as he continues to stay out. He now has to keep ahead of Brady Floyd, who only has a 6-second gap. Brady Floyd just set another fastest lap, even closer to an actual 23.6 with a 23.682. Brady Floyd is moving like a bat out of, you know, that place. I don't know if I can say it on stream. So, wow. That is Brady Floyd doing his best to make sure that he wins this race. That is a 13-second gap. That undercut has benefited him well. I think it's safe to say that Brady Floyd is probably going to be the one to win this race. Fascinating to watch, though, that pit strategy. Just a bit of an undercut has put Brady Floyd, a single lap undercut has put him so far ahead of this race. Although Jacob Mcmillan is hunting him down, but Brady Floyd continues to set fastest laps. That's an actual 23.6. Man, I don't know if Jacob's going to be able to catch him off that one. Although you can see that gap, though. It is falling. I don't know if Jacob's just, moving faster and it's not counting it, or if something's up with my system here. But Jacob Mcmillan is currently on the move and has reduced that down to just an 8.5-second gap. And is continuing to fall as we speak. Let's follow along with Jacob Mcmillan and really see what he's doing to try to make this as competitive as possible. He's following along there with the 53 of Dave W. Thomas. They're both on fresh tires. It looks like Mcmillan is just able to move his car. Although it looks like that gap is a bit more consistent now, as these guys catch up to Marshall Harris. Marshall Harris in that 97 machine is currently still running in second. His strategy might have allowed him to stay out for a lot longer. This might be a really good finish for Marshall if he's able to keep those laps rolling. You know, it's not a lot of time left. And I think that's going to really show as we continue to roll through. Brady Floyd continues to hold that fastest lap, and I don't know if he's going to be able to set any faster at this point. However, that is a speed that I know even I wouldn't be able to match in qualifying, and I'm okay at qualifying. We're not going to talk about the race we had last week, where I really did not do too good. But for sure, it looks like Marshall Harris is moving a lot slower. He's letting these guys by now. I wonder if he's going to have to come to those pits. His tires just must be absolutely cooked. You see just how much slower he's going through that corner as Jacob Mcmillan just rolls through. A 9.5-second gap between Jacob Mcmillan and Brady Floyd, your leader. Well, Hunter, I don't know if your assessment was quite right, unless something is going to really be big happening in these last couple of laps. However, being able to maintain that second place position, I got to give Jacob all the props for that. Being able to stay ahead of Will Cloud, who was, he qualified on pole, but it looks like he was not able to quite save his tires well enough to maintain that position. That's Marshall Harris now into the pits. Will Cloud up into third. It's been a while since we have an interview with Will. So maybe if Will can hold on to that third place spot, he's going to be pretty happy with himself. Dave W. Thomas moving up into fourth position as well, with Marshall Harris in the pits. Yep, there it is. Well, after, we're now into 45 minutes of this race, 100 miles here at Iowa, I think a lot of these guys are ready for this race to be over. Make sure you check out the merch. That is going to be at Redbubble. Link available in the description below. Brady Floyd continues to be your leader here at Iowa with a Metalworks 118. Based off of lap count, not miles. With this 0.85 mile circuit, we're going 100.3 miles. And it looks like Brady Floyd is going to be your person to take that away. With his Everton Megaphone number 20 Ford Mustang with 2K Racing. Previously Extreme Racing, by the way. He actually saw us an Extreme Racing tag on the rear bumper. So he's going to be scoring some good points for them tonight. However, Atkinson Designs and ERA Sim Sports are also going to be maintaining a lot of points. Move down to the number 99 here of Jacob Mcmillan. You know, Jacob usually likes to run the 21, but a certain someone had taken that number away, so we have to stay with that 99. But I'd say that he's doing pretty good as Jacob continues to roll through. Look at that gap, though, he has on Will Cloud. 11 seconds. Insane. Actually, we hop down to Will here. That's a pretty close gap between him and David W. Thomas between them. About half a second, actually. I believe we're going to see if I zoom out just a tad here that David is mighty close to him. Unless my system is dead wrong, which is... yeah, my system's just wrong. Okay. Very cool. It says that the gap between them was pretty small, but that is expanded a lot now. So, well, that's the nature of the beast here when you have not many cars on the field and, you know, not a lot of places to watch. So our finishing order is actually going to be a Mustang Camaro, which is a bit interesting. I'm surprised it wasn't, you know, a Ford Chevy or, you know, Chevy Ford. Although I know that in iRacing it's a bit more on the driver than it is the car manufacturer. Everyone has about the same speed. That's pretty Floyd getting mighty close to that wall. I know his tires are, you know, getting a bit broken as we're heading into the last 17 laps of this race. I don't know. You know, we don't have too much of this left to go, and Brady Floyd is going to be your one set to win. Dave W. Thomas and Jacob Mcmillan were also able to get a decent amount of laps led in. However, Brady Floyd will be leading the most laps, getting himself an extra bonus point. See Dave there moving down just a little bit. Does not want to give up that lap position too easily. But unfortunately, poor pit strategy has put Marshall Harris into a not-so-great spot with that 97 Toyota Camry with Shadow Racing. It's kind of stuff that happens. You know, it just nature of the beast. You know, when you have a bit of endurance, you really have to plan for your pit strategy, and it looks like Brady was really able to think about that and was able to get that undercut in. You know, we can think about it as much as we want. You know, what if someone else had pit in earlier? What would that do? You know, what if it was Jacob to take that undercut? Would that put him like way further ahead? We'll never know. You know, Brady had such a huge lead, it's possible that it really wouldn't have made a difference. In any case, though, it is going to be mighty fascinating to see just how well these guys do. So, not too much longer left, as it looks like Brady Floyd is going to be hunting down Will Cloud to see if he can, you know, be the only guy in the lead lap. You know, I think that gap between him and Jacob is just a wee bit too big for Brady to try to catch up to Jacob. However, I believe he might be getting Will here. See them run through now going into the tri-oval. We'll zoom out just a bit more. You can see Will Cloud there entering your frame. What a race it's been, you know? It's just, it's been a while, and not too much has happened other than the restarts and some intense battles every now and then. And a lot of strategy. That's what the race has really been, is strategy. And sometimes that's all you need. Looks like Brady's losing a bit of tire grip now. You can see him sliding out of 4, trying to hold onto it as much as possible, but it is getting difficult for him. See as they run down the backstretch there. Will is able to maintain a pretty good gap on him in speed, but it looks like Brady is just faster coming into those corners. I wonder if Will is braking a little bit earlier than Brady is. Each time, though, you can see him wiggle in there out of turn 4. We'll watch now on turn 2. We'll see if he does it here, too. No wiggle out of 2. Just a wiggle out of 4. I think it really does have to do with that tri-oval, you know, having going into a turn rather than going down a stretch. There you go. He's able to hold it a bit better that time. No wiggle, but still. Only not too much left to go, you know? 9 laps. And Brady Floyd is currently your guy set to win unless he runs out of fuel early or has some other issue. And at that point, it's going to be Jacob Mcmillan. I will say that is the interesting thing. You know, I would not want to bet on a, you know, race like this because you get into a point like this and it's almost already guaranteed on your final running order. You want to bet a bit more on how many laps someone down is, or you know how close the gap is between somebody else if you're going to be doing a smaller field. But still, it's been a race here. Ooh man, Brady's getting mighty close to that wall. I would not want to do that if I was him. Still, it's been almost 100 miles here at Iowa Speedway. And I think these guys have had a good time, you know, on this multi-groove track. And, you know, Iowa's just a fun track to run. It's sad the Cup Series doesn't actually go here in real life. If you ever have a chance to drive on Iowa in iRacing, I would honestly take it. You know, Cup cars are fun, same with the trucks. But honestly, I think this track really excels with ARCA. ARCA on this track was a lot of fun when I last did it. But still, even the Cup cars and the trucks too, they're a lot of fun as well. So, any chance you get, you really should. The road course here is actually not bad as well. When it comes to a roval, it's not terrible. You know, you can make as much fun as we want as certain rovals not being too good. You know, you look at Kansas and it literally just is a chunk just taken out of the oval. That's it. You know, like it just goes in and then around and out. That's it. There's nothing else. But at least here at Iowa, there's actually something to do. So, Will Cloud maintains 3rd position. Brady Floyd in 1st. Your final running order is looking like it's almost set at this point. Brady Floyd in that number 20 2K racing machine is going to be your leader once again. You know, we've seen him lead so many races, win in so many different series. It's just his home running ground, really. See how long he's able to maintain it, you know? A lot of these guys are getting a bit faster, and, you know, it's a bit more competitive lately. So, honestly, if I think he might be I feel like Brady might be a little bit more concerned if Jackson Qualley was able to show, but he sadly wasn't able to make it. So we follow along with this number 20 Ford Mustang with only 3 laps left to go this time across the line. Thank you very much to our title sponsor of Frankenstein Metalworks Custom Home Decor, which you can check out at facebook.com/Frankenstein Metalworks to order your custom home decor today. Some fantastic things available for sale, and I would absolutely check it out. And we do appreciate him being our title sponsor. It means a lot to us. He's been a great guy to us, so flexible and able to work with us. So make sure you check him out. We want to thank all of our teams that were able to make it today. You know, got to thank 2K Racing for able to show up with at least one car. ERA Sim Sports able to make it. Atkinson Designs as well. Make sure you check out Atkinson Designs. They sponsor the late model series, which is attended each Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know with daylight savings time, everyone's brains are a bit messed up. That's why I was partially late today. In my mind, it was still 2:30, not 3. Well, here it is. We're at the white flag. Oh, no, Hunter. All right. Well, here's Marshall Harris in the number 97 Toyota Camry. Here he is coming into the pits. You can see that LA Kings 392 machine. There he is with Shadow Racing. There he is. All right. Yeah. Go, Marshall. No idea where Brady is. There he is. All right, that's good enough. Let's head back up to Brady as he now crosses that line. That is going to be Brady Floyd, your winner with 2K Racing in that number 20 Ford Mustang. And the number 99, Jacob Mcmillan, comes in 2nd place. You can see him there with his Ford Mustang as well. Will Cloud now is going to be running across, and that is going to be Will taking up a 3rd place finish as he comes now through 4. There he is, that cheese machine. Now let's head over to the number 53 as he enters 3 and 4 now. I believe he's going to be rolling to the pits with his Chevrolet Camaro, and we already took a look at the number 97 of Marshall Harris. Wait till the last lap, Hunter. Really? All right. Whatever. All right, let's head over to our winner right there. Wow. Gotta love it. You know? You just do. Does some fantastic burnouts. I always love it when Brady does his burnouts on a track that has more than just a tiny little area on the track to do them. You know, got an infield and all this other area. Got plenty of room to do it. Got to do a bit of a celebration to his fans right there. Oh, I hope that was not traction control there, Brady, where you weren't able to do your burnout. In any case, let's get our, third place finisher, Will Cloud, up in the booth with us. There we go. Will, it's now up in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yep.
That is a third place finish. It's been a while since you finished on the podium. How do you feel?
I feel good. It was definitely nice to be able to get a third.
I know it's been a while. What, your last win was with the Truck Series at Michigan?
Yeah, it's been a few months actually, so this is nice to have.
Yeah, I know. I think even there I wasn't able to interview you as you didn't have a mic at the time.
Yep, that is correct.
Well, it's finally good to see you up here in the booth again. That was quite a race you guys had. It's been one of our longer ones, exactly 100 miles here at Iowa. How do you feel like you did on strategy?
I feel like I probably could have saved my tires a little bit more, and then I probably would have had more left at the end.
Yeah, that makes sense. You were able to hold off Brady, though, and not get yourself lapped, right?
Yeah, he wasn't really pushing it, though, so...
Yeah, that makes sense, honestly. You don't want to push too hard right at the end. We saw him getting loose towards the wall. I'm sure you saw that in your rearview mirror. It was getting mighty close.
Yeah, I was watching it.
Well, Will, you did a great job tonight, and you're bringing home some good points, especially with Dave with ERA Sim Sports. How does that feel?
It feels great. I really hope we can get that team championship here.
Well, with you guys' finishes, I know that you guys are looking a little bit closer, so that's good to see. Well, you brought the 48 home to a fantastic position in third place here at Iowa. Is there any final thoughts you have?
I would just like to congratulate Brady on his win.
Yeah, that was a good one he had. Pulling away just so much. It's scary how he does it sometimes. All right, well, is there anyone else in the audience you'd like to thank tonight?
I guess whoever's watching, thank you for sticking around here. It probably wasn't that fun of a race to watch because it was really just all spaced out.
Yeah, that was kind of at the end, but it's what it is. Anyone
Yep.
else out in the audience you want to thank?
No, I don't got anything else right now.
All right. Thank you, Will, thank you very much for joining us up in the booth here, Will. It was good to see you.
Yep, have a good one.
All right, that was Will Cloud. I keep putting people in the wrong thing. God, I'm awful at this sometimes. All right, let's get your second place finisher, Jacob Mcmillan, up in the booth with us. Jacob, it's Noah up in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Well, that is a second place finish, this time not behind Jesse Atkinson. How do you feel?
It is nice to be ahead of Jesse, at least for once. But, yeah, it was a tire-saving race, that type thing. Pretty simple.
Yeah, it really was. But you were the only one to bring home Atkinson design points. So I wonder if Jesse can really be too upset with you. Although, you didn't really finish ahead of him if he didn't attend.
Well, I mean, if you want to be technical. I got points and he didn't, so...
That is true.
Yeah.
Good point.
So if you want to be technical, I did beat him.
That is fair point. I can't argue with that. Still, you ran a great race today. You kept a huge gap on everyone else. You're able to actually maintain pace with Brady. How did you do it?
I don't know. It was maintaining the slide coming out of the corners to maintain speed. I was very much of a momentum track, and I think that played a big key part in it.
I think you're absolutely right. I think we saw that especially with the tire wear. When people got really bad tires, I think there's this one shot earlier in the stream you could find it. You just soared right by Marshall Harris because he had dead tires.
Yes.
Man, that is just unfortunate that sometimes that's the kind of stuff that happens, but it's realistic at least.
Yep.
Still, is there any final thoughts you have? Able to finish in such a great position as I just poured Pepsi all over myself.
Ooh.
I'm sticky now. I don't like that.
It was a good race. It was a good calm race. Nice time to just chill out. So.
That is true. Only one caution, and you caused that. What happened there?
Well, as I said, it's a keeping speed here is a matter of keeping control of the car in a slide, and I lost the ability to do that temporarily, and the car spun.
Makes sense. Well, that's
All
the kind
right.
of stuff that happens. Is there anyone in the audience you want to thank tonight, Jacob?
I want to thank you to the admins here for putting on the race, and thank you to Atkinson Designs for doing what they do.
All right, Jacob, thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it. And congratulations on your second place finish.
Yep, thank you. Go clean yourself up.
I'll do that. All right, now, before I have to go do that, let's get your race winner, Brady Floyd, up in the booth with me. Brady, it's up in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Well, you just got yourself a fantastic race finish of first once again. How does it feel?
Feels pretty good. I really like racing in Iowa. It's probably my favorite short track that iRacing has, so to get a win here in pretty dominant fashion feels really good.
I'm sure, I know that we were talking about that before the stream started, that you really do like this track.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a multi-groove short track. I mean, you take Bristol, it's top lane. Martinsville, it's who can dominate the bottom. Richmond's kind of a mix, but turn two really just doesn't feel as good. But no, Iowa's such a easy, fun track to drive. So I think it just fits the bill for me.
Makes a lot of sense. I was talking about it earlier. I like Iowa as well. It's just a different track, and, it's sad that the Cup Series doesn't go here.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think they should consider it. I don't know about capacities and attendance and everything. Obviously, that must factor into this decision, but I think it offers some really good racing. I mean, we saw some tonight as well.
Absolutely. Those restarts out of you guys were phenomenal.
Yeah, I definitely didn't have the short run speed that Jacob and Dave and Will had, but I knew I was faster on the long run, so it was just about playing it conservative to make it there, take off.
Well, you clearly succeeded in that. What happened up with your timing of your pit stop? The green flag pit stop, I mean.
Well, I was gonna take it to about lap 85, just kind of split the final run in half because we weren't good on fuel. And then I think on lap 80 or something, I got really loose, so I just decided to bring it in early and hope they didn't wreck until I was able to cycle, and we did. So looks like it worked out.
Yeah, well, clearly that strategy worked out amazingly because you were able to get an even larger lead on everyone.
Yeah, I knew towards the end there I burnt up my tires trying to catch Will, and I don't know. I had time to give to Jacob, so we kind of backed it off there during the last 20. But yeah, I'm just really happy with how I was able to drive it tonight.
Well, you did a great job and got yourself another win for 2K Racing, and that is going to extend your lead in the points.
Is it? Oh, not team points. My points. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Team points. Well, we're gonna keep trying to hang on. We'll see.
ERA Simsworth got a huge boost in points tonight.
Yeah, we'll have to see what we can do about that.
All right, Brady, you did a great race tonight, and you put on a fantastic show, being able to have an insane lead. So, is there anyone in the audience you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, I'd love to thank all the people watching, family for watching. Definitely thank you to my teammates, even though they weren't able to be here tonight. Thank you to you guys for putting it on for the broadcast, and thank you to Frankenstein Metalworks for sponsoring the series.
All right, Brady, thank you very much for your time here. I do appreciate it, and congratulations on that another race win.
Thank you once again, Noah.
All right, that was Brady Floyd, your race winner here at the Frankenstein Metalworks Cup Series at the Metalworks 118. That was 118 laps here and 100.3 miles at Iowa Speedway. Somewhere I kind of wish NASCAR really went to go, as I said. Still, we had a great race tonight. We saw a ton of action in those restarts, and if we could have maintained that just a little bit more, it would have made sense. But only had 5 drivers in the field, and that's an unfortunate result you get. Still, I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I do appreciate it. And as Brady said, thank you to all of our sponsors, including Frankenstein Metalworks Custom Home Decor, which you can check out at facebook.com/Frankenstein Metalworks. And, yeah, I've been your broadcaster here, Noah Walter with twitch.tv/Forklook, and I'm covered in Pepsi from the waist down. So I need to go take care of that. And thank you very much for watching, and I do appreciate it. I'll wish you all a great afternoon, and make sure to go check out the actual NASCAR race to really see what's going on there. Thank you very much once again, and I'll see you guys.